Hub 3 one-shot snipers, or pretty much the only 3 sniper rifles that can one-shot right now. Maximum bullet velocity builds with explosive rounds, but also a quick ADS one for the people that like to snipe close quarter. Let's begin with the MCPR over the Victus and work our way to the FJX Imperium. These are also the only 3 that can one-shot because you need explosive rounds. The thing about explosive rounds is that it reduces the bullet velocity by 45%. So Mac Explosive gets tuned towards even more bullet velocity, and you pull out the damage range. Why the damage range? Because you're still doing body shot damage that you can still pull out a wee little bit, so it doesn't hurt. You're going for headshots, obviously, but you might just miss them. For the barrel, it is the OMX, and it gives you a minimal ADS time for 100 plus bullet velocity. You can tune this towards aim down sight speed and aim walking speed in case you just aim and you walk around with your sniper rifle a little bit. Why not shuffle a bit faster? For the muzzle, it is the nil sound silencer for maximum velocity and also minimal ADS gain, which is interesting. Bullet velocity here, aim down sight speed down there. Then the laser gives you obviously a big gain in ADS time, but lasers are way more visible now. So if you really want to stay invisible, might think twice about using a laser, but the gain is just so much and makes the gun way quicker. It's absolutely worth it. Now you have 2 choices to make. You can put on a lower magnification to actually get better ADS times. That's the best you can actually get. But the MCPR has a standard very good sight. I do love this tiny red dot, and generally it has a good ADS time. It actually has a way better ADS time than the Victus. Oh, is he invincible? No, I just missed twice. But what actually gives an incredible increase of ADS time by 51 milliseconds is the round mag. The 5-round mag. Yeah, you go from 7 to 5 rounds. There's only 2 rounds, but you get such an increase in movement speed and aim down sight speed. Fantastic. Just put that one on and you actually almost have a quick snipe already. It feels super good and quite fast. Now we are around 850 meters per second bullet velocity. That's way more than the 700 milliseconds the Victus actually has. So if you want to make this now into a quick sniper, what you would take off is the barrel. That's minus 100 milliseconds. That's fine-ish. And then you change the sight to anything from the SZ Aggressor down. Bullseye Optic, Cronin 0P, Forge Tech Delta. These are the 3 you can choose from, and you can tune this then for close and aim down sight speed. That would give you another 50 milliseconds minus to bring you down to 580, and that's quite like AR time ADS times. So you notice this is an actual quick snipe almost to be able to get those headshots in left and right. Now going to the Victus, and I tried to make the Victus a quick snipe build, but it's really not worth it because the standard ADS time of the Victus is atrocious. So for the Victus, you would really go just for maximum long range here, damage range, bullet velocity on the explosive rounds. For the barrel, the Mammoth gives you the most bullet velocity, but you have to take the Mac, which is slightly behind it, tune this to aim down sight speed and aim walking speed, because else you can't take a muzzle. And for the muzzle, we're talking about the Bruin Counter Ops, which gives 234 milliseconds buff of bullet velocity, and you tune that out even further and then down to aim down sight speed as well. Triple stack of attachments together with a laser again, that would be the VLK LZR. And there's now one downside to the Victus XMR, and that's for me personally the basic side. Because it blocks the screen so much, the magnification doesn't feel as good as it does on the MCPR. But I do like the tiny cross. The red dots sometimes might be more visible. As you notice, there's quite some idle sway going on. So usually I would go here for ADS time bonus, but I might also just go for the huge chunk of aiming stability that the FTech Homeland gives you, then tune this to its even more aiming stability and a little bit of aim down sight speed. Because realistically, the last thing you want is the gun swaying this much. Like, look at the decrease in sway. It is a significant decrease. I mean, obviously, you're going to aim down sight, hold your breath, and then not sway at all. But still, as you're just kind of looking, I hate when the gun really wobbles all over the screen, especially when you're quick sniping. And you notice idle sway when you're quick sniping or when you're zooming in, it is always on a different position. And the less sway you have, the more you're actually always in the middle when you ADS in. Now, there's no quick snipe version for this build, but that's why we're going for the FJX Imperium. The FJX Imperium is the new sniper rifle from the Battle Pass, already max level tier, and has a very cool thing, and that's the FJX Bold. So a slight increase of a rechamber speed. The standard rechamber speed is already decent. I mean, you have a okay ADS time, but look how clean the sight is. How clean the sight is. So you have this, and it rechambers relatively fast. Then you're putting on the bolt, and you're going in. And you notice that's a significant increase in speed. It kind of reminds you of the SPX a little bit. So the new SPX essentially. Then for the barrel, I don't know which gives the maximum bullet velocity, but you have the Ceres 29-inch, which has a bipod mount below, and then you have the Fahrenheit 29. Both are the longest inch barrels. So we're going with the Fahrenheit here for aim down sight speed and aim walking speed. We also decrease our bullet velocity with the explosive rounds, obviously, going for bullet velocity and damage range. Then for the muzzle, since this is exactly the same sniper as pretty much the MCPR, the nil sound is most likely the best here. Tuning that for bullet velocity and aim down sight speed as well. Then we have a final attachment left, and there is something called a carry handle for crouch movement speed and aim down sight speed, but traditionally the best ADS time and also aiming stability you just get from the laser, tuning that for aiming idle stability and sprint to fire speed. And if you're now getting this in, you have a slower ADS time than the MCPR, that's for sure, but you have this absolute banger sight and you can really quick get back in with your rechamber. Now, if we want to build this a little bit more aggressive, I'd say we'll probably have to take the Fahrenheit barrel off because the nil sound silencer is where it is going to be the most bullet velocity. And yes, the most ADS time gain will probably be through a sight. And if we're talking about quick sniping, that big magnification might just not be it. That being said, it's the only reason I love this one so much. So we're probably going to slap on the carry handle for that wee bit of aim down sight speed. Tune this over for aiming idle stability and a little bit more sprint speed because why not just run faster? And if you notice, this is actually quite the ADS time. I mean, yes, you have a big magnification that you'll have to get used to. But on the other hand, you're always like, you notice you're always like very good in the middle and it works. I mean, give it a try, but you got to get used to that insane minus bullet velocity. Now, as a little bonus at the end, the STB556 got buffed / nerfed / more buffed again in the latest patch, and it's fantastic as a sniper support as well. You do have a 42 round mag. That is more than enough. And with the FTech FB20 barrel, you can increase our effective damage range even more. Actually, don't tune this for aim down sight speed and recoil steadiness, pushing us around 20 meters effective damage range with a tiny fall off then to 31 meters. So we're talking about 31 meters, very good damage. Followed up with a VLK LZR to be a bit more agile on your feet. Get the opponents down. As a muzzle, I recommend the Komodo Heavy to take care of the bibbity bounce the gun has. Tuning is for gun kick control and recoil stabilization. And then last but not least, since I cannot for the love of God handle the iron sight, I don't know how you're going to tell me like I hit everything with the iron sight, then you must be a controller player. I mean, if you say you hit that, fantastic. You have one attachment slot over, but the recoil is non-existent. See, this the recoil. Yeah, you just saw it, chat. That's the recoil in the STB. That's why it's so good as a sniper support, because it has no recoil. And if I pair this now together with an optic so I can actually see where I'm shooting, well, we're in deep love here. Far aim down sight speed, you got the absolute crazy laser beam. You could even play this with a candid if you wish, but you notice how absolutely powerful this just is. Which one is your favorite sniper to go for? And no worries, I'll have the squad leveled up by tomorrow and get you that sniper support build as well. It's the Ram 7. Now, if you do want to increase your frames and get everything popping, check out this frame improvement video. I'm using FSR 2.1, and honestly, I'm loving the white outlines. They're fire. I can see my loot better than ever.